There's been a report of one MMDA hit by a private vehicle, North Avenue MRT station, and we're just responding now. So here's the scenario from what I've been advised. The traffic enforcer was standing in the yellow lane conducting traffic. This gentleman here on the motorcycle was using the yellow lane and somehow bumped into the enforcer. There's a medic here now from UNTV. They have a station just nearby, so they've come out to provide support. The rider of the motorcycle here has a minor face injury, but luckily he was wearing a helmet, so his head survived. So that's an ambulance from the MMDA. They've just arrived. I spoke to the rider, the one that crashed into the enforcer. He said that what happened was he was driving along, public utility Jeep stopped in front of him. He went to go around it and then ended up colliding with the traffic enforcer. Unfortunately, that is one of the dangers of having enforcers on EDSA. It's a fast, busy road and sometimes accidents happen. So they'll take that enforcer into the ambulance and get him some help. He has some kind of injuries, but I'm not sure to the extent. It's a good thing that the guy from UNTV came out and provided first aid, immediate first aid before the ambulance got here. And there he goes now, walking back to his office. So good job, thank you. So you see there's a minor injury on this man's face. He was wearing his helmet, but the inside of the helmet is smashed up against it and caused a little bit of damage, but you can imagine how much worse it would be if he wasn't wearing a helmet. I remember during one operation I was crashed into by an e-bike and it left huge bruising all along me, so I can only imagine how this enforcer is feeling right now inside. They're pulling these vehicles off of EDSA now. There's been a multiple collision, so there's police on scene plus MMDA. And you'll see this car, it's really taken a strong punch to the back. This one doesn't look too bad, but you can see the hood is deformed there and it's pushed in a little bit at the front. So I've just been filled in on what happened. This car bumped into that car. This one then opened his door and the motorcycle crashed into the door. And this has happened a few times on EDSA recently where people have opened their door not looking and then a motorcycle has crashed into them. So please, if you're driving a car, be very careful when you open your door. The motorcycle only has a little bit of damage. You can see this front light is smashed, although that can actually be one of the most expensive parts to replace because it's very difficult to actually get the replacement part. Both the rider and the back rider were wearing their helmets and they don't appear to have any injuries. So again, helmet saves the day. It won't always save your life, but there's a good chance it will. So northbound EDSA near Ayala, multiple collision, SUV, taxi and bus. All of the drivers have spoken to each other and they've decided that they're happy to just let it go. So the MMDA will make a report and then they're free to go. There's only a little bit of damage that I can see, which is on the taxi. The rest of the vehicles, they don't appear to be showing any damage. So this is the only damage I can see is a broken tail light for the taxi. Maybe a little bit damage on the side here to the body, but that looks like it will just pop back in. There's a stalled vehicle here, they're pushing it off EDSA now. So luckily they're right near a gas station, they pushed that one off EDSA. It's a battery problem, but they do have a spare battery. Actually last week I brought my portable jump starter with me, but today I didn't, and it would have been perfect right now. And just along from that stalled car is a stalled bus. This is northbound Guadalupe area. Some of the passengers have already gone down. I think there's some mechanics at the back and some MMDA trying to get it going again. Okay, they managed to fix it and the bus is back on the move again. And northbound there's a small accident here. Let's see what the damage is. It doesn't look like there's any major damage, just a few scrapes and scratches. The backboard there might be a little bit malformed, but I can't easily tell. In fact, there is a bit of a problem because the door doesn't open anymore, so definitely it's disformed a little bit in the left side there. Right now one of the enforcers is stopping traffic on EDSA and he's advising both of them to pull to the side because it's really causing a lot of traffic. At this point it's only a matter of paperwork, so let's go ahead. Over here is a truck that they tried to flag down for a truck ban. It actually ran away and then MMDA enforcers chased it, and inside is an escort, maybe a police officer, maybe related to a police officer. It's not clear at this point, but apparently he showed a gun and the enforcers called for backup. So according to the enforcers, the escort has gone to a nearby police station to try and seek help. I'm not sure why, it's a simple violation. And what it makes me wonder is why do they have an armed escort inside this truck, and why are they so worried about a simple ticket for a truck ban? So this is the escort over here. He's wearing a PNP baseball cap. but I don't know if it's really PMP. I mean, it's very old, to be honest. According to the paperwork here, it's frozen beef. It's so dark, so I have to use a flashlight. The driver's finally handed over the license, so they'll be able to issue the ticket and send them on their way. It's a very simple process. I think the ticket is 2,000 peso. If it's perishable, why have they been waiting here for an hour arguing with enforcers? And here goes the truck now. Although there was reportedly issues with the escort earlier, in my talks with him, he seemed reasonable. I definitely didn't want to take a ticket, didn't want to get the license, but fairly reasonable. Anyway, it's all resolved now, and the driver's on his way. On northbound EDSA, there's a stalled armoured vehicle. Apparently it's fully loaded, so the armed guards don't want a regular tow truck to take it. Instead, they've called for their own rescue, and hopefully they'll be here soon to clear this, because heavy traffic, heavy traffic. Over here, the enforcers issuing a ticket to this vehicle. The driver was allegedly using their cell phone, so that falls under the Anti-Distracted Driver Act, and that's a 5,000 peso penalty, quite serious.